Hello, good evening everybody, welcome along to JACKOCAR here for Season 2, Round 12, here at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm your commentator Owen Wyatt, with me is Jacko. We're well into the playoffs now, it's getting interesting.
It is, it's also the first elimination round of the playoffs, Owen.
Indeed.
A couple of drivers, they've given us a bit of an interesting situation this Thursday night. Let me talk you through that quickly. Jamie Bromley, for the first time in 27 races, is not racing, and he is currently inside the top 8, but Jordan and Dexter are only 3 points behind him, so two of those three, have to go, and that's of course Kamagaba has a nightmare, so lots to play for.
Yeah, we have a very interesting race. We've got no jokers, by the way, tonight, so it will all be everybody 2 stopping. And again, remember the safety car rules as well. No pitting under safety car. So it should be, I think this is the first race we've had this season where there's been no jokers. So we'll see everyone do their normal strategies. Well, that's if it doesn't rain, of course. This is Spa, after all. Rain does tend to happen often here. And if it doesn't, well, you've seen us here before. Or you've seen Louis Deltraz upside down in the final corner, having hit thin air. And you saw 8 cars spin at Radion. It's just a thing that happens here. And so, really expect anything and expect everything. So, when we get in here, we will be waiting for the first car to come out on track. Mr. Waste Cuba. Gotta say, after seeing him at karting, gobsmacked that he's that fast. We're expecting big things here. But, we all know he'll win it or something. But, still. Let's see what he does.
Ways, of course, with a qualifying ban, which he picked up at Silverstone Short.
For goodness sake, I didn't see that bit. Okay, well, it's already a bad start then.
But he is allowed an installation lap, so we'll learn the track with him, and then we'll get on board with, I believe it is Matt Rosemond, who is making his full-time debut. It's his 4th start, but his full-time debut replacing Dan's car at Team Speed in that 53 car.
Right, so now, what Waze has to do, obviously, is that since he's allowed to go out, I guess he's allowed to. In other words, he actually has to, doesn't he?
It's his prerogative.
Right,
entirely.
So we'll
Knowing
see.
Waze, he'll probably go out with 2 minutes to go and set a really fast lap.
For goodness sake, he better not. Well, his time is now, so if he doesn't come out in the next 15 seconds, we will assume that he's not coming out, and if he does come out after the 16:45 cutoff, then I guess he's into some trouble again. But
yeah, I'm just
there he goes. There he goes.
It's a race ban if it happens again, but that is just in time.
Right on the nose there, leaving his pit garage in the end racism car. And nearly going straight off the track. Now he is only allowed an installation lap, as Jacko said. So yeah. He nearly hit the wall there on the way up to Eau Rouge. Let's not get it wrong straight away. Well, he's doing his best attempt at that. Why is he doing that? He's trying to make me nervous.
These boys do race sim damage. I don't know if anybody needs a reminder. Waze might be the man that does.
Again, same man that tried to come into your league race without installing the game. So, I mean, really anything that he knows, we all know. Or anything he doesn't know, actually, we all know.
I remember that one very well. He said, the game's...
Oh my god.
He said the game's, 40% installed. Do you reckon I can make it? And this was an hour before lights out.
Just
I said, probably not, mate. So he then ended up racing at Silverstone Short and got a qualifying ban because he missed his slot. Went out late. And then finished 13th, I believe.
And now he's crashed on his outlap. What?
Not even an
driver.
installation lap.
I was just say he's going straight back in the pits, and if he continues on, I guess he'll be in a bit of trouble. Even if he doesn't set a representative lap, he shouldn't be on the track past this lap, as far as I'm guessing. So let's see what he does. Maybe he'll have a spectacular accident to end this lap off with. He might as well give us something interesting to watch on his run out here.
He provides comedy nonetheless, as Indecisive Matt is on his outlap as well.
That's in the wall. Yep, that's front wing gone probably.
Matt's a reserve driver for Jamie Bromley tonight. Sorry, he's in for Paul. Waze is in for Jamie, and Matt is in for Paul.
Again, I know it's not, but it is a Scott Dixon car. And round the last corner, he is invalid on this lap, but it doesn't matter as long as his flying lap is valid. Then we're all good. And as he heads into the source for the first time, let's see how he gets on right here. I see a few people in the pit are already looking at mediums for their qualifying lap. We didn't see that work too well at Bahrain short last week, but that's because it was Bahrain short. It's quite difficult to sort of make that time back up when it's not really much you can do about it. So it didn't work there, but it might work here. Especially when you might have invalidation, it might well go on here, and there might have sloppy laps you'll get too. But that's MK Bourne and JDK at the minute, and I might go on a whim here and say NK Bourne might be one of the people feeling the most pressure coming into this one. He just can't believe, surely, how badly this is going for him in a minute.
Well, MK Bourne, let's have a look. He is down in 15th, and he's 10 points off 11th place, so 11th is, of course, that magic number to win the chase. But Riley had an outstanding race. Iceman is yet to come into his own, and we don't know what Matt Rosamond or Newgarden is capable of in this league, so he's got to be feeling some pressure. There's a lot of talent down there, as we say every week.
I don't think we help it too much, do we? We sort of keep saying, Championship 5 last season, now I look at him.
It's important to note he binned it in the pit lane as well. We like to mention that.
Oh yes, Hamilton. Did Hamilton, except there was no gravel trap. He just hit the wall. Mind you, he's not the only one in that last season finale who isn't really having the best time. TC obviously as well. But yeah, I think you'd imagine that NK Bourne might be the one feeling the most pressure, as Indecisive goes P1, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, here is Newgarden in his car. Nice looking car. Loving the teal on there. I always call it turquoise. Apparently it is actually just teal, but oh well. It's nice regardless. HWA by the looks of it, but I'm sure that's not what it actually is.
No, it's the colours that Team Speed have adopted, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Of course, Team Speed replaced Dan's car with Matt, both of the same eSports team.
I mean, they can claim that, but it's an HWA. It's JQ's HWA car from this year. Don't believe me? Look it up. But as he comes round the last few corners, now all flats out up until the not really bus stop chicane. I mean, in what world is that a bus stop? I don't know why they haven't changed the name of it yet. It's not like they'd get annoyed. It isn't a bus stop. But as he comes to the line, he's going to be like, not quite 3 seconds up, but is still well clear in P1. And we can now go and see Bazza next? Yes,
yeah, good mate, Bazza.
Right then, here is the Brawn livery. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh dear. That didn't happen. Well, in fairness, this is the one race that Button binned it, isn't it, actually? I mean, it was Grosjean and all that, but he still binned it here. Not the best hunting grind, but I've got to say, loving the livery, even the helmet as well. That's like, that design was made for a Brawn. Button's monster helmet, that one. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that in race trim, but unfortunately, he's pulling off into the pits now, and we have to go watch somebody else. That's somebody else being Clyde. Now, where's he on the leaderboards? He's all the way up in 5th place. He's hoping to make that P1, though, of course. There's a slow car ahead. That is Indecisive. Way off the track, should be no problem.
Yeah. I did a stat earlier this evening, Owen. Chris, or Cloud, has the most DNFs of any driver, and that's 13. The next most is 8.
Wow.
So he's not had a great career, really, and he just hasn't broke through yet, like we saw he did at the end of the ILR era.
Oh. TC's invalid, by the way. TC invalid. Bad news. Mind you, at least he's not in the wall yet. Got a bit of gold on the helmet as well. Just make the whole thing gold, man. You'll trust me. You'll see. He's actually smashed the front wing up look as well. That's sort of why he's invalidated. It's all gone wrong there. Just stick some gold on. Arnold says it's gonna rain, by the way. Bit of a spoiler alert there.
That's needed. We'll take that.
A bit of a spoiler alert. I don't know if I actually wanted to know that or not. I commented at a PSGL race a while back, Vietnam, and it just no one knew it was gonna rain. It just out of the blue, raining. Top 3, all binned it. It was incredible. I sort of want no more spoilers for Weber. I sort of decided to be that person now. But does he mean rain in this session, or does he mean rain in the race? Because look at this, it's getting dark out there. There's certainly some cloud cover on parts of the track, and well, it keeps happening in JACKOCAR qualifying, doesn't it? Where it gets shaken up by the weather, and that'd be a pretty nice top 3, I've got to say. If it would just tip it down now. And NK Bourne would certainly appreciate it, as he's heading towards the end of his lap. He would absolutely love to put that car P1 and have it tipped down. Which, by the looks of it, with how quickly it's getting dark, might not be the most unrealistic thing to predict.
No, and he's a man who needs a result, is MK Bourne. Of course, the only good thing with not being in the playoffs is he can't be eliminated until at least China, but across the line he goes, P2.
On mediums as well, as we said. Especially if it rains now, that would be fantastic. I'm going to assume it would rain in qualifying, because that's why they're qualifying on mediums, they can get away with it. And that tells you the rain is imminent. TC's retired. Iceman
in the bus stop.
What a lovely livery. We never really get to see much of him, sadly, in qualifying, but for once we have, and he's going to go straight up to P1.
He disconnected last week, you may recall, but now the statement continues with provisional pole.
Good stuff. Right, Karen, sorry. Connor next.
Sorry. Karen, that's got the stick, isn't it?
It's got the signal now.
ART Karen in sector 3.
Let's see how he gets on, or she gets on, or
they
get on. They get on. Got to be right with our pronouns here, we'll offend people. As they come around the last 2 corners. It's not a bus stop. And across the line, P3. Good lap.
So that equals his best ever qualifying, P3. Will he stay there?
No.
He won't.
Yuri's gone P2.
He's just gone P2.
Good
so
stuff.
He missed his lap. What about Riley then? Current leader in the chase.
The short track merchant strikes again, unfortunately, as he invalidates the lap. Short track merchant.
So the playoff driver it is.
I said it last week. I was right. I didn't want to be right, but I was.
It's Dexter in that 76 car, heads up towards turn 1. 10th in the playoffs and last and at risk of going out. He's on 1,003 points, as is Jordan, who has his lap next. Jamie Bromley, who's not racing today, on 1,006 points. Camo Babo on 1,009. 2 of those are getting eliminated today.
To the end of the Camel Straight. And of course the end of sector 1 as well. What's the first sector like? It's not purple according to the map. He needs P1 here, really, doesn't he? Especially again, we'll say if rain's coming, that's exactly what he'd need, just to give him that little cushion that he might well need, just to put himself up into that top 8 that he needs in the standings. He just needs to actually be a clean lap right now. I'm gonna have to take Arnaud's word as gospel. As soon as rain's coming, and if it's in qualifying, obviously, I'm making assumptions, but you know what? Let's make it a surprise, huh?
Hopefully it happens with those final few drivers.
Yes. I mean, no offence to them, but it's nice to have it shaken up.
And the thing is, though, and we've seen them start from the back of the grid already this season, they can work their way forward, so it's not going to affect them too much. But a pole position for somebody like Dexter or Jordan, it might just do them wonders in the race.
Into the last few corners. Dexter takes it nice and carefully, doesn't want to invalidate. Gets his lines right. To the line, P5. Next up, Jordan.
Same amount of points as Dexter coming into this race.
Purple middle
Purple
sector.
sector 2.
That's what he's looking for.
Out of everybody on my friends list, this man was fastest in time trial in the dry.
Interesting. That would be a dagger in Dexter's heart, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. You consider I have all the JACKOCAR drivers as friends. This could be pole position, and as the rain starts to fall,
is pole position.
The line. Yes.
It could be pole position then. Where's Camu Bab on track? He really does not want this to happen right now. But he is only heading to the final sector. And it's really not the best lap already so far. I don't think the rain would have really affected that though so far. It'd been arrested in that it affects. Because it's such a long lap right here, you will inevitably lose time. Even if it's not a wet track, you know, intro track. A lap this long, 7 kilometers. Or just under 7.
Keep it clean.
You know, you'll feel the time lost. But here comes Camo Babo. This has to be a clean time. And it is, by the looks of it, it's P7. Do you know what? He might well just take that. It's just behind Dexter, but only by one position. It's not the end of the world. Now, OKK. Let's see how he's getting on in these conditions.
KK is currently 6th in the standings, 1,013 points. He's 4 clear of Camo Babo in 7th. Will he be affected by the rain or not? Don't know, but Isao, he just needs to keep it clean, get it to the end, and then let the super fast guys all struggle.
It must be so painful to be sat in the pits right now. Because there's just nothing you can do. Kyle's the only one now still in the pits, and he's just hopeless. There's nothing he can do about these conditions. As OKK goes P6, nothing can be done. As we watch Risky's invalidated. Oh no, that's bad news. Bad news. It wasn't even that bad for middle sector as well. P2 invalidates. Bad news for them two then. Arnaud then is on his out lap, so we'll get to watch pretty much his whole run. Jordan is praying that this rain is enough to put these guys off and keep him on that pole position. Dexter and Kamababo, I guess in the nicest possible way, but want them all to beat them, but what can they do? There's nothing they can do.
Jordan's best ever qualifying to date is P5.
Well, he's beat that already.
Oh yes. Arnold loses time out in that final turn trying to get the power down. He begins his lap. Yellow flags in sector 1.
This would be a very interesting lap to watch, especially on the exits of the corners and up the hill. He's just got to keep his foot pinned. As difficult as this lap's going to be, as long as he gets to the line, it's still at least 11th.
Well,
11 for 12. Yeah. I don't know if Indecisive's time is too slow, really, but we'll find out. Because a lot haven't got laps in, and a lot are going to have slow laps in. And Arnaud being in this position might just be a handy advantage. He's purple in sector 1. I don't think that's accurate, especially with the way he's sliding about now. It's becoming too wet, Jacko.
Yeah, as hard as he's pushing, and he's doing a great job at least almost keeping it in a straight line. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Look at this rain now. It's not heavy, but it's enough to not be good for soft tyres. And you think Arnold's struggling this much. How are Jamie and Kyle going to cope with it?
He's off.
Arnold's running wide.
He's going to spin it. Nah, he's held it, but he's got to keep the lap going. Just keep the lap going. As bad as it's going, the guys behind might well encounter even more issues. Just keep your foot pinned, my dude. Just keep it pinned. Don't know why I called you my dude, but we'll roll with it. Look at that, he's 5 seconds, only 6 seconds off the pole position middle sector. He's absolutely nowhere. We still have J-Luke out there, and we still have Kyle out there.
Still have Pete out there as well, who went purple in sector 1. I'm not sure.
He was invalidated. He should be on his way back in. I think it's given everyone purple sector 1s, because Arnaud certainly wasn't purple either. But here he is. Will it be in the 140s? No, not with that accident. Oh, he hasn't hit the wall, but it's going wrong. Just finish it. J-Luke, however, is not invalidated in his lap. He's keeping it on the island. So even though Arnaud will cross the line now to go last, which is only 12th in this qualifying, J-Luke will be beating it. But look at him, he's only going to go in P12. He's going to replace him only. And we are... Oh! Arnaud's dead. And here is Kyle then. Apparently I was told I wouldn't like this livery. I don't know what you're on about. I like this. I'm liking the
sorry.
I'm liking the maroon colour on that. I was a massive fan of the Ferrari when it put maroon on. I'm also a big fan of the Alfa Romeo, so of course I'm gonna like this. However, Kyle, I don't think he really cares what his car looks like, because the man at the top is having a shocking lap thanks to the conditions. Jordan, without any shadow of doubt at this point, is taking his first pole position. There's just no way. Even if Kyle straight lines his last chicane, he's not beating him. So congratulations to Jordan on his first pole position. And it's Iceman and Yuri and Newgarden. Look at that for speed. They're loving that. And Kyle, only 13.
Kyle, Jeluc and Arnold are already advanced to round 2, by the way. In fact, Kyle's in round 3 as much as the playoff points have helped him. But, as you say, Owen, that top 4, Jordan with his first ever pole position and a playoff point, and then 3 chase drivers, all team speed, in 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
Connor's
all of them
there
with
too.
Their best ever qualifying.
Connor's up there
with a
too.
solid 5th, yeah. Not his best ever qualifying, but where he needs to be.
But
And
it's
with
an
people
upside
like
down
Riley-
grid, Jacko. It's an upside down grid. That's what you want to see here.
It is, we love it. And people like Riley invalidating, that's massive news for Connor, Iceman, Yuri, and of course Newgarden on his debut.
Right then, here is the grid. It is Jordan from Iceman, Yuri, Newgarden, and Connor. That's top 5. Then it's OKK, Dexter, Camo Babu, NK Bourne, and Clyde. Excellent, finishing in the top 10. NK Bourne could have an advantage on those mediums. Indecisive, 11th, with J-Luke 12th, Kyle 13th, with Arnold 14th, Pete 15th, Riley 16th, TC 17th, Ritsky 18th, Waze 19th, and Baza last. So even though Waze wasn't allowed to set a time, he still beat someone. And that will take us on to the race then.
What a great qualifying. And you've got, as well, Dexter, Jordan, Camo, all in that top 8, all fighting for one position to advance.
It's
so we've got a race on our hands.
It's perfectly poised for a fantastic motor race on a video game. And it's got Phil Wetts in the garage. I don't think you're going to be needing them, lads, unless it does a Belgium again on rains. But yeah, I doubt that. So 2 stop again, mandatory for every single driver because there are no jokers today. Wise decision, do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. The joke it's a viable one-stop round here, but everybody, apart from 2 reserve drivers, and they are Cam and Esty, who are not racing, everybody else avoided it as a joke. So at least we've got a level playing field, but I'm not sure. I would have thought one of the drivers would have gone for it, but it hasn't happened.
I like that though. It just means that we get the level playing field, and with the grid like this, no one can mess about with our jokers. I do wonder if there was an element of looking at last season's massive accident thinking, what's the point? You'll get an accident somewhere in this race. It's just inevitable, but it probably is inevitable, but still. I think that's why they've all done it. Say, if I'm going to be involved in an accident, that might as well be one of my pit stops. You know, because say one of these guys has an accident and a safety car comes out, well, they can pit if they have damage, can't they? And
yes.
So that sort of is get out of jail free card. And if you're on a joker, mind you, obviously they didn't know about the safety car rule before now, but still, you get the point.
Yeah, so with the safety car rule, they can pit, but only if they have a puncture. Like
only
under
on a
the
puncture, so I mean if you have a smashed up car, you can't.
You've got to drive it round. Because the car is still drivable to an extent, certainly at safety car speed. And that's the ruling on that.
So basically they will pit with the safety car then and be out of the race.
Yes.
Even
and
if
of course
they're
we
not,
get another safety car.
even if they're not part of the accident, they just happen to get unlucky.
No, I know. Certainly spice it up.
Lads, be careful up radio, please. I nearly swore there, but you get the point. Be careful, for goodness sake. That will ruin so many races if you're going to base it off last season.
Oh, and coming into tonight, I've heard people talking all week that a lot of them are going to pit on lap one. Take that out of the equation. Who is your pick with this grid? Who's your pick for the win early doors? Because I can't choose right now.
Oh, do you think you'll make me choose? Maybe look like an idiot. I'm gonna be an idiot and choose Connor. Let's
I'm
give
going to be
it
an idiot and say Jordan.
I have a feeling Jordan might be a little bit more careful today. He's in the lead, yes, but to say he loses at a turn one, he doesn't want to have an accident when he's ahead of his main rivals here, Dexter and Cal. He's well clear. Just don't get involved in any accidents. Stay ahead of those two, you're through, pretty much, yeah?
Yeah.
So, Connor...
Well, a win advances him, so...
this is it.
It's bad news for Dexter and Jamie Bromley, who's not here to even defend himself.
So it is a conundrum, but I think Connor, he had that race in Austria. I think a lot of people think he really could have won that thing, probably should have won it, but circumstances just didn't play his way. Today could be his day. He's been waiting for his day for so long. It'd be good to get him at the top step because he's really been improving his game. So I reckon we'll see Connor on the top step today, or I hope more like. I don't really think I'll be predicted, but I hope anyway. Because it'd be a nice story.
Anybody who's never won before would be a good one. I'd say that. Top four, all with their best ever qualifying positions, by the way.
So it is a very interesting grid then. And we have got 5 people on mediums, by the way. MK Bourne, J. Luke, Arnold, TC and Baza. The lights are on here in Spa. It's Jordan on the left. It's Iceman on the right. And boogity, boogity, boogity. We're away in Spa. And it looks like a pretty decent start from all the guys at the front. They're not doing anything stupid. Although it has to be said, Iceman is having a look on the outside of the source. And he is going to have a decent run here. Surely he'll back it up on the way up the hill. He'd be silly to go for any moves on the way through there on lap 1. But a few of them are trying it side by side. No, let's see. That's really wide for Yuri. But there's no incident. It appears we're all making it through safely. But here's
TC
the run for Iceman.
Damage.
Iceman having a look. But he hasn't got the straight line speed. He wants to hold it back. Oh, that's a big move on the inside. Someone's went for it. I think it was Clyde. Not 100% sure on that one. Didn't get many good camera angles, and the positions were all changing on me, unfortunately. But, yes, I think the order's fixed stuff now. So it is still Jordan in the lead, obviously, and then we've got Iceman, Yuri, Newgarden, and Connor. In fact, a whole top 8, I think it's safe to see him. Whole top 9.
Top 8, definitely.
Or did Clyde move up a few?
I think he may have done.
Oh, Camo's wide. Connor's
top 8.
left. Oops, I do apologise.
Of course,
He
this week
will be furious.
coming in with a greater AI level, so he won't lose as many positions.
Well, that's probably not the best news then for Okeke, because he might have a difficult time getting by here. He has got Dexter on him, but the air's nearly stuck him on the grass. So close. But I think Okeke's got the move done.
Yeah,
although he has got to be aware, he could end up going straight back down the inside the AI, and he doesn't. Instead,
Dexter
it's
going
Dexter.
for a move as well. Look at that.
And he's through, and Yuri
pits.
will pit then, so we do have lap 1 pitters. And look at that, is that Camo Babu passing as well? Clyde. Yeah, the AI might be at a higher level, but it's not helping Connor at all. And he'll be watching this now. He's back in the lobby. He will not enjoy any of this.
Pile the first of the advanced guys to get through. Arnold's going to hit the wall and hit Connor.
No front line whatsoever. That'll be really difficult to get out the hill with, and he'll be very slow. Safety car had to
Yuri's pitted, yeah.
Yuri's pitted. We've also had Pete and MK Bourne all making their first pit stops, and they were allowed to do that.
Yep, they were already in the pit lane.
And, well, this is where, I just said it, it's not really the fault of Arnold that the AI was so slow, but, where is he? I can't even find his name on the thing, it keeps going up and down, there he is. So, Arnold is out of the race effectively, he's not really, but he is. Because he can't do anything, he's got no front wing, he can't pit with it. According to your rules and regulations, that's drivable, and,
under safety car speed, yes.
Unfortunately, there's no way he can really disprove that because he hasn't really hit anything. No,
he did. He was squeezed by the AI of Connor into the wall on
no,
the run-up.
as in, no, he's not really hitting anything. I'm sorry, that's not drivable. Come on. He's off in Narnia, and he's holding all these people up now. They can't pass him, they'll get in trouble. This is really bad. Is there a move happening there? Arnold's letting him through. Hopefully there's no penalties for that. I think they're all getting away with it. I think it's all good. Now, if I were Arnold right now, frankly, I'd find a wall and I'd stick to it like glue. Because if you drag along a wall, you'll destroy your tires and you'll get some punctures. Because I'm sorry, if I'm him, I'm pitting. I don't even care if race rules. Your race is over. So you might as well find a wall and give yourself punctures. There's nothing in the rules saying you can't self-inflict a puncture, can you? So
I've just given him the permission via PSN messages to box this lap because that, as you say, Owen, is not drivable. So
yeah.
Anybody watching this back, if you know the rules, you
Waste is in the pits.
You shouldn't be pitting, but this is undrivable.
Waste is in the pits. That looks pretty drivable to me, Jacko. He's not even changing the front wing. Now that is illegal.
Yes, so that's a 30-second penalty for Waze.
Read the rules as usual.
Apparently Waze is out of the race according to TAS. I'm not sure that's entirely true.
Maybe left the lobby or something?
I don't think so.
I mean, why are you really surprised that it's Waze that breaks the rule? Oh no!
Oh,
that's so stupid that Enkeborn has to let him through. I don't think he really minds. He is in a fantastic position at the minute. And well, this is it. Questions are being asked now. Thomas is in the chat asking, can we pit? And this, I hope no one gets confused, because they probably saw Waze go in and think, you can do that? Anyway, so the pack will form up. We should get going on lap 5, maybe even this lap, we'll see. Towards lap 4. And Jordan, don't want to jog your memory too much, but I can't help but think about a certain Louis Delatraz in this situation, because he was in a dream lead position looking for his first JACKOCAR win. Is it his first, Jordan? Has he actually won a race yet?
No, P2
No?
he has had.
So if the safety car doesn't go in its lap, let's hope your car doesn't do any acrobatics. One of the weirdest glitches I've ever seen in an F1 game, but the whole pack is actually fine. They're all ready to go. So let's go. Please.
Waze in the reserve chat just said he completely forgot that he...
that's different. What's he done? Connor, has he retired on his own accord, or is he in a barrier somewhere? I think he's just retired on his own accord. Interesting.
So he's on the right.
There's his car. Safety car is staying out. So there goes my prediction, 3 laps in. Wonder why he retired. I guess his internet was just too dodgy. So, let's just give an update on order and pit stops, shall we? So, Jordan, Iceman, Newgarden, okay, Dexter, Camo Bevo, Clyde, Kyle, J-Luke, Risky, Riley, Baza, TC and Indecisive are all not pitted yet. The people who have pitted legally in this race, Yuri, Pete, Enkeborn, and by being allowed by Jacko, Arnold. Because he had no front wing, and let's be honest, if you really think that's acceptable to drive, you will literally go flying if you go up the hill at racing speed. It's not fair. So he pitted. Waze pitted illegally. He's effectively just get rid of him. He's not here. So
Waze will pick up a 30-second penalty. Arnold had permission from myself as it was undrivable. So a revision to the rule would be that if there is no front wing, like totally no front wing, we will allow them to pit. I just didn't think didn't think things would be that bad with no wing.
The stupid penalties again for the changing position under a safety car. They all do it, and Baz has fallen foul of it. Mind you, still a long way to go in this race. I mean, 5-second penalty, he'll lose that at one of his pit stops anyway, so it probably isn't actually the biggest deal in the world, that penalty, but it is always annoying when you get one. But I really don't see why the safety car didn't actually pit at the end of the last lap, unless Connor's retiring car really actually held it back by a minute or two, or a lap or two, sorry, I should say. But it should be, no question of a doubt in my mind, coming in at the end of this lap. So that's a
and
long
we have a net race leader of Yori at the moment.
Yeah, Yori, net race leader. He would, he's feeling pretty confident right now, especially after that qualifying session. Pete as well, pretty pleased with himself, I'd imagine. But a win for Yuri, wouldn't that be incredible? One of his home tracks. I mean, you're from Netherlands. We always count Belgium as a home track, even though we actually have a legit home track. But I digress. I'm sure he'll count it if he wins it.
Of course he will.
Still, some people are switching onto safety car positions. As you can see, Baza and TC are still swapping back and forth. But safety car is going in, so we've got a restart to look at. And Iceman will surely be thinking about it.
Jordan's done a great job at maintaining his pace, so not sure why everyone's struggling. Will anybody pit behind?
Okay. Wow, look at them. They're all in the pit lane.
Yes, they do. They're allowed to do this.
They're all messing about as well, but they'll find a way through somehow. And half the grid are in the pit lane. And I thought Kyle was going to crash for a second. He just about got away with it. So we are away again. And you can see that's helped out Yuri massively. He's just been crashed into, though, by, I think, Pete. No, yeah, Pete's broke his front wing. And now TC is behind Yuri, so Yuri's had an incredible restart. But look at this. Iceman side by side with Jordan for the race lead. Into Lake Cove. This is a risky move on the race restart, but he's going to make it stick. And that is Iceman into the race lead.
Jordan backs out of it at the end to give him the position. Good stuff from Iceman. Really show him what he can do now. Goes a little wide. Jordan's going to have a little peek at the inside.
Yellows. We've lost Newgarden. He's gone. And I think Riley was involved. These are all the people that were in the pits. And they've come out and there's been a crash. I'd be surprised if it isn't a safety car, but it is a virtual safety car instead. Certainly, winner of that restart. Actually, yeah, Yuri, absolutely, because he has no front line damage and all that. I didn't see exactly what happened. We watched the people in the pits, but CC was certainly fighting with him, but I don't think it was him that hit him. I think it was Pete that hit him. They might have been trying to get by indecisive, and that might have been why they were all passing him. Just speculation, but that could be what caused the damage. But that really does put Yuri in a superb position.
Damage, yeah. Pete Knighton broke his left wing. That doesn't tell me who against, sadly.
Right then, look out for the green flags. VSC should be ending soon.
Drivers can pit under VSC, just not safety car.
Will Iceman pit? No. He thought about
Jordan
it.
does.
Jordan does, and it's green flag again. Potentially a good decision there from Iceman not to pit because he realised it was going green. And effectively, these guys are pitting in a full green flag situation here. They are losing the time they would expect to lose. And you can see it. Yuri's passed them long before they even get to their pit boxes. Yuri is going to have a pit stop advantage on the field at this rate. Absolutely extraordinary. As Pete gets past TC, he may be wounded, but he's still going for it here.
And that's what this rule that was brought in was designed to do, is to totally shake up the field. Imagine Yuri winning a race.
Well, he's in prime position to do so. It would almost be classed really as a bottle if he doesn't.
I'd agree with that.
Being brutally
Pete,
honest
course,
right now.
Yeah. Pete doesn't need to win. I think he needs 5 points to advance, which he should get. You'd like to think.
You'd hope so, yes.
Just wonder if Yuri knows what kind of position he's in. Speed occupy 80% of the top 5.
Look at this. Arnold is absolutely stuck behind Indecisive. Okay, Bourne, I don't know if he hit him, but he certainly got very close to him. Do you know what's happened again, Jacko?
The clouds got very dark.
Yes.
Yes, I noticed that.
It's a telltale sign of some rain. Oh, wow, look at that. Indecisive was going off the track and he's funneling his way back on. Anyone coming? There's Jordan. Not going to go anywhere near him, but Indecisive, that was a scary moment. He's got away with it though, although he is pretty slow still. A lot of people might struggle here, as Kyle climbs all over the back of Dexter at the moment for P12. Soon I imagine to become P11. Indecisive really struggling for pace out there and struggling for grip in general. Kyle might fancy getting 2 for 1 here, but he's got J-Luke as well all over him. DRS has enabled his risky pits. I believe that only leaves Iceman as the non-pitter, and here comes Dexter. Here comes Kyle as well, and he's onto the grass. Is Kyle, and Indecisive has hit him, and he's going to slide into the barriers. Rear first, he should be okay to drive out of that again, but that's yet more sliding and spinning for Indecisive on this lap. What a chaotic lap for him. Bazza as well, the other person who's yet to stop. But here comes J-Luke now, trying to go round the outside of Kyle. Championship rival here. Maybe for the race, for the final 5, but certainly would be enjoying his preview right now, as Yuri, by the way, is also trying to get past Bazza. You'll see it on the top of your screen there. He's up to 2nd place, and J-Luke's made the move on the inside of Eau Rouge. And he's going to have a little look now, as TC is ahead of Jordan. And Kyle and J-Luke DRSing each other and getting past Dexter on the Camel Straight. Can Kyle try anything as well, or is he going to just back it off? He will just back it off. He'll try to get J-Luke later.
Wow, excitement all over the place. TC still out, by the way. Has he got a broken front wing?
I thought he did, but I think it's just a black end plate to make it look... Oh my goodness me, why has he and Jordan not come together there? It's extraordinary. And TC really is harrying the back of Jordan, actually. They were having a good fight by the looks of it. Action then for the field, and we have Indecisive at the top of the hill, facing the wrong way. J-Luke has been in the wall. He's lost half his front wing. He's spun into Pouon.
How many times have we seen that this season?
Quite a few, actually, if you think about it. But, yeah, not good news. I wonder if we had a little help. I wonder if we had some help. But either way, he's been in the wall.
A little push from Kyle, you reckon?
Maybe. It was all very close proximity, weren't they? As Yuri takes the race lead, ladies and gentlemen. And that's not fake. That is a legit race lead. And, well, we've got Pete. He's damaged, but he's trying to make it at speed 1-2 as he catches up to Bazza in his Braun GP-inspired livery. Pete climbs to the top of the hill. He's got such a good run. He won't even need the DRS. Bazza practically moves out of his way, and it is going to be speed 1-2.
And stage points are in. We haven't mentioned the end of lap 6 and lap 11. So Iceman has one, Yuri on his way to another. 3 laps time.
Sun is back out, by the way, in some parts of the track. So,
that's a shame.
Difficult to predict what the weather's going to do. It seems to be just clouds passing rather than clouds depositing anything, but you just never know around here. Could become a factor later on. Maybe that's why they're all onto the mediums. Maybe they're all thinking the rain will come. They want to have the tyres that'll last them to get there. Could be worth thinking about. Although I'd imagine it's more just, you know, to get that tyre out of the way so they can go under the sauce. But let me dream. So, let's see. Race update then. It is, like I say, a legit lead for Yuri. His main challenger, Pete, his teammate, he's got damage. Which is good news, because that effectively forms a barrier to Arnold, who, yeah, as a result of the accident that caused the car, thanks to the ghosted car that didn't actually ghost of Connor, because that's not how the rules work here, they don't ghost. Either way, wasn't really Arnold's fault by the looks of it. He had no front wing whatsoever, he was allowed to pit, and that could actually, ironically, put him into a race winning position as well, because he's flying along.
Yeah, but the biggest loser of all is Jordan, who's down in P7, which will become P6. It's such a shame. He was on his way, definitely without a safety car. He was on his way, but Iceman tailing him the whole time, and because of the safety car and the no pitting under the safety car rule, we've ended up with Yuri as your genuine race leader.
Bazza nearly loses at the top of the hill again, and Arnold should have a chance to get past him, and Bazza will lose yet another position in this race. Arnold to the outside of Les Combes. Bazza will try and stay in there, but nothing he can really do. Resky now is ahead of Jordan. Yeah. Resky's had a good race so far, hasn't he?
Yes, the last few weeks he's been excellent.
Where's this come from? I mean, he started 18th. Obviously, I know Arnold and Pete were up there, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, Risky's just been in the pits. According to the tyre, 1 lap hold, apparently.
Just a note on Arnold. I said this in the chat before the start of the race. He finishes 6th or higher. You get 300 career points, more than anyone else. And if he finishes 15th or higher, which you think he will, he'll become the all-time record point scorer in JACKOCAR.
Oh, Pete, how has he saved that? Really feeling the pressure from Arnold. That, ironically though, that little moment might have just helped him out because Arnold had to back off as well, obviously. Mind you, Arnold might well be being sensible and just waiting for DRS. Pete, however, might just try the same thing. Will Pete now just wait and go for DRS? Because he's certainly going to have it now. And Arnold has a big slide. Pete encouraged, but he won't want to pass into turn 1. This is a chance to save the ERS and give himself a chance at the run. As Indecisive loses it again at Lake Combe. TC in the pits, by the way. But this is where Pete would want to make the pass then, because he'll have the DRS and the toe at the top of the hill. And all this would obviously help his teammate Yuri out. And yeah, he's got the run. He might have some front wing damage, but he should have a decent chance at passing Arnold, although he's quite low on ERS. He's not going to have enough, is he, Jacko? Let's see. Will he dive him? Oh, he's going to dive his contact, and he's lucky not to be facing backwards.
Indecisive is off again.
Yep, he is facing backwards. Oh, he's nearly beaching it. Be careful, you can beach it on that curve. Trust me, I've done it. Don't ask how, but I did it. Yeah, miserable day for Indecisive. Struggling a lot out there. But now...
MK Bourne looking lively behind Bazza, the only driver yet to pit.
NK Bourne loving this.
Bazza's wide.
Yes, she is. He might be enjoying himself, but he has to be aware that Yuri's actually leading the race. He still has to sort of beat him. That's sort of, he has to sort of be aware, like, he's going to beat him. But yeah, it is a good opportunity. It is a good opportunity for NK Bourne to make something work here. He's got to take advantage when he's got the opportunity. Bazza weaving a little bit. Probably gets away with that because of the way this last sector works anyway. You can move as many times as you please, really.
The rules allow him to as well, so leave as much as you like, as long as it's not dangerous. But MK Bourne closing in now. Bazza pits, Pete pits. This promotes MK Bourne to third.
Someone's hit the wall. Yeah, I heard the clatter. Didn't you hear it?
Yeah, that's why I brought it to your attention.
Let's see. I certainly heard a big knock.
It was Pete.
But it might well have actually been a rear tyre to hit it.
No, it was Pete.
Well, no, he already had front wing damage, so
no,
we knew
he got
that.
more front wing damage. I'm looking at TAS. He got front wing damage again.
Right, well, I guess it doesn't really matter for him, does it? He had a 5-second penalty, by the way. It looked like he was taking. They are the soft compound tyre, Jacko. They might struggle to get to the end. They should, they should, but maybe a little bit worse for wear at the end. We'll be able to just see how that one pans out, but that is his second stop. Going to the end now.
Yeah. Yuri leads the end of this lap. It'll be his first stage win of his career. I do believe.
Halfway to his first ever JACKOCAR victory. Do you know what? Even if he doesn't win the thing, he's in a nice position for the podium, it has to be said. Mind you, NK Bourne, I say would be a challenger, but look at that, Iceman. He's making his intent clear as well. He's not going to be screwed over by a safety car. He's also flying along. Would be nice to see him win a race as well. Too many people I want to win. It's annoying, this.
I just wonder if Iceman can get involved with the result of the victory as well. The yellow flag's out again. Indecisive Matt, I believe.
I think Iceman could be pivotal to this. Because he will have the freshest tyres at the end of this race, potentially. He's already on the freshest tyres out there in this leading fight, which he will inevitably join. You sort of have to feel like that. He's flying along, he's feeling comfortable. If he can just get by NK Bourne. If he can just get by NK Bourne, he'll have a chance. And when these top two get closer, it'll be DRS for those two soon. Then that might well help Iceman catch as well. But first, it's passing NK Bourne. That's his task. Let's see him do it as he gets to the top of the hill. DRS, ERS, pulls alongside, and pulls clear. Iceman up to P3. We've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this from him for since F1 2019 when he was in One Hub. I've always heard he can do it, but we've never seen it. And this might be the chance to finally show his worth. Can Iceman win this race? He's quickly becoming one of the favourites. Arnold might well be the only one who can stop him at this race, and you'll never guess who's had an accident. He's reversing round the Camel Straight. He's into the wall as well. It's indecisive. He's got J-Luke coming up as well. He might give him a wave as he goes. He wants to be careful here. He doesn't cause a safety car by just sitting there, by the way. He doesn't, luckily.
Yuri, by the way, did pick up the Stage 2 victory, but now Arnold's starting to close in. Wonder if he'll hold him up enough to bring Iceman into contention.
Well, this is what I was suggesting earlier. It could well help, especially if Iceman's quick anyway. Risky though. Risky's getting in there as well. You can't count him out.
Team Speed are coming alive these last 3 or 4 races, aren't they?
They were a
really
joke at the start of the season. It's like, oh, look at that. Speed right at the back.
Yuri,
Yuri.
Sideways.
Speed went from having no one in contention to having everyone in contention. Apart from Newgarden.
They sandbagged their way for the first 8 or 9 rounds. They won round 10. Pete's come alive. Yuri with his new wheel, he's come alive. Newgarden looked good until the crash.
Look at the weaving.
Iceman, fantastic driver.
Breaking the toe is Yuri, and it might well have worked for him, you know. He's got more ERS than Arnold as well. Arnold might struggle to get by. Look at the weaving. Breaking the toe. He knows the rules. Arnold knows the rules as well, and he can't get by. He's wasting his ERS, and Yuri's been able to save some. Maybe we've just sort of been assuming that Yuri would fall away. I don't think Yuri thinks he's going to fall away. He's going to give it a good fight, hopefully. It's his first victory on the line here.
Yeah, he'll want it more than anyone. Arnold, meanwhile, looking for his 3rd victory. Iceman in contention for his 1st. But one thing I will say, Owen, Pete is the lead driver on 2 stops. I know he's all the way down in P15, but he's won from there before. Just wonder if he can produce some magic, maybe.
He's on the back of Bassett and TC. He's got to clear those 2 first avoid getting damage again. So damage is what's getting him. It's most of the time he has damage and it ruins his days.
Yeah.
He's got to somehow try and recover as well, because the same happened today. He's going to be in the wall. My goodness, how has he got away with that? Yellows again. I don't know who this is for actually this time. I don't know what's happened there. It's Jordan had an accident.
Pit, so it's not him.
Jordan's had an accident, has he, or has he been off the track? Because Kyle passed him. It's 1.1 or 1.6 seconds between him already. And look how defensive Yuri's getting. He's gonna pit. He doesn't want to be in this fight anymore.
Like that.
So
that'll be for softs, I'd like to think.
Who's in this fight for the win then? You've got everyone, really. No, look at the pit stops. They've all pitted once at least, and Yuri will be the first to do 2 pit stops. Let's see where he's going to come out actually. Iceman down to 4.4 seconds already, thanks to the holding up that his teammate did.
I'll tell you what, Owen, if a safety car comes out right about, I don't know, now?
Yeah, no, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
This is Yuri's race.
I tell you what, Risky might not mind it either. He's at the P3. Speed as a whole would love a safety car right now. They could be on for a 1-2-3. Potentially, if they can find a way around Arno, which they would close up to in the safety car.
Yuri on the back of Cloud, by the way, into the DRS zone. Should get him.
Careful, he's got to be careful. Here he goes onto the inside. He's being careful. He doesn't even need to use his ERS. He is gliding past. And Clyde can do nothing. And Camubab was got by Dexter as well. Dexter at the moment
place in round 2.
In trouble thanks to that move. Yeah, I don't see Dexter getting through right now. It's not looking good, is it? He needs some divine intervention, I'd imagine.
Just try and work things out on the fly. I'm not sure how easy this would be. We're going to say that Pete, Risky, OKK will all advance. Jordan flying high ahead of Dexter, also has that extra playoff point. Jamie B will be going out, so yeah, it'll be Jamie Bromley and Dexter. Currently the guys at threat. Camo Babo doing enough. Jordan doing enough. This is all for a place in round 2 of the playoffs. Arnold pits, Owen. Iceman will resume the lead.
Risky though. It's going to pit 2. NK Bourne will pit. Kyle too. They're all covering themselves for a safety car. Iceman, the one, isn't covering. Because you can take sauce to the end from here. Why wouldn't you just do that?
I love how frantic it's made these drivers all to pit now.
Here's Yuri. Will he be in the lead still? There is Arnold side by side, and ahead goes Yuri again. A legit race lead. And this could be a very quick loss though, because Arnold's got a nice run, but we know Yuri can defend. He showed us what he can do. And let's see what he does this time, because Arnold's getting properly close now. It'll have to be a pretty decent move to get round the outside, but he's given it a good go, but he's had to back off. This helps Iceman out.
Good defence from Yuri there in turn 4.
Man, this is so intense now. I'm getting really nervous watching this.
Arnold was saying to me a few weeks ago he'd love another race with him, but he just doesn't think it's going to happen with the likes of Kyle and Jamie racing. This is your chance. You've got to get past Yuri. But at the same time, he's not going to give that up easy, is he?
You've got to have 3, team speed drivers potentially all in this. Not going to be easy for Arnold to deal with them all.
No. Because they will help each other as well.
They will absolutely be a unit. We've already seen it. Yuri holding up Arnold to help Iceman out. Iceman could be the main beneficiary. That's a car off.
It's not. It's Pete.
It's Pete off the track. No, he's got to be careful when he comes back on. He doesn't cause any VSCs or anything like that. He is back on safe. Iceman hasn't pitted, I don't think. But here comes Arnold for the race lead. Gonna give himself a good run out of that final chicane. Yuri, I'm sure, will be wise to it. He has got more ERS. We've got yellow flags. There's a car stopped. It's MK Bourne.
Oh.
Can you believe his luck? He's gone again. And he's got cars advancing on him quickly. They've got to be careful they don't end up into the side of him. But now Arnold's got it. Yuri hasn't really got much now left, has he? Surely Arnold's going to have him this time. But I'm sure if he has a go, which he will, Yuri will not back this one off. What's he going to do until they come? He's going back on the inside and he's going to spin. Oh, he saved it.
Save.
Risky's now up to P5 ahead of Dexter, by the way. So Arnold and Speed Yuri will be losing time thanks to all that. And this helps Iceman, who stayed out. But he's got to be aware that if a safety car comes out now, he's in big trouble.
Tell you a man who is in big trouble as well if a safety car comes out is Dexter.
Dexter's in massive trouble by the looks of it regardless at the moment. He's trying something, but nothing's going to work at the moment, I don't think, for him.
He's got to pit. He's got to pit, surely. It's not worth the risk. He's going to have to do a Hail Mary to try and stay in the playoffs.
So, I've lost all my gaps, unfortunately. But I can see on the screen that Arnold is on the back of Jordan. Will Jordan just bail out here and pit? Let's see what he does. Iceman does. He pits. He'll have fantastic tyres at the end of the race. Arnold gets cleanly past Jordan, but then nearly goes off the track. But surely Jordan will be into the pit lane, and he is into the pit lane. Right, give us some gaps, please, game. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Iceman, let's see where he's going to come out, because he is going to be behind Risky, who's having possibly drive of the day so far. Yuri's up there, but what a drive from Risky so far. We could still yet win this thing. He's been flying along. But it's now Iceman going for it as well. A safety car now, thank you very much.
Yep. Let me take you back to Spa last year when Risky was hunting down a race win, no less. Behind Connor, made the move, and then of course they had that big problem. Yellow flags, Owen. Pete went on to win the race, by the way, and Connor was heavily reprimanded by the stewards. Risky missing out on a potential win. He did eventually get it a couple races ago in Austria.
I tell you what.
In this.
I tell you what. All of the top 3 have 1 penalty by the looks of it. And Iceman hasn't got a single penalty. That's what you want to see, isn't it? The chaser with no penalties, that's going to put this top 3 under real pressure.
Oh, Risky spinning, but saves it.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you the warnings. Risky's on 5, Yuri's on 3, and Arnold is on 4.
So the race, believe it or not, it's nearly over.
It's flown by.
Flown by. We only have 5 to go at the end of this one. Risky's just been off the track. It's a penalty again.
Yep.
If Iceman
Iceman's
could
gonna
get
get him.
past him, he could put himself in a position to put himself right up there in the pecking order. If he wins this race, that's massive.
It's huge. He
And
said to me
it's-
after last week that the only person he sees as a real threat for winning the chase is Riley, believe it or not. That's confidence right there.
Well, Riley sits P7 right now. I think at the minute it looks like the best he's going to get about a safety car intervention would be 6th. So Iceman really could do with the points here with the win. Will he have a little go on risky on this, I wonder, or will he just keep closing in at a consistent rate and just make sure he's there ready to points?
Iceman coming into this 9 points behind Riley. As it stands, he'll gain 3 points on him. But of course, these guys fight all the way to China. Canada, sorry. The winner of which will get a wild card entry into the Championship 5 at Brazil, November 26th.
So Yuri is still keeping himself in position just in case Arnold gets a penalty, but it does feel to me like he is just not quite quick enough. He might well fall outside that 3-second gap in the not too distant future, especially when he's struggling like that in the chicanes, the Spanish chicane.
Yeah,
But
that's
still,
positives though.
second
Yuri
place.
has never had a top 5, Owen.
It's a dream result at the moment. Will it get better or will it get worse? Might well all depend on his teammates, really. Iceman, if he can get by risky, might well be unleashed. He'll certainly want to have a go, Iceman. He's been fantastic so far. That's Riley. Riley has spin off the track. Any damage?
Big for Iceman.
Massive for Iceman. And no damage. Surprised he hasn't hit anything there, really. Don't know how he's managed that, but yeah, not good for him. They're teasing us with these accidents though, these fake yellows. When I see yellow, I want to see death or something. I want to see a safety car up in lights, you know?
I know.
Safety car right now would guarantee the win for Iceman effectively. That's sort of where we're sitting. That's why that'd be so cool. Risky.
Kyle's made his way back to P5, which is incredible. Iceman all over the back of Risky.
Yeah, but no way through yet. Thing is, Risky might fall down to 5th anyway. I don't know what penalties Kyle has, but we know that Risky's got 6 seconds.
Kyle has 3 seconds.
So at the minute he's just keeping himself in there.
Risky on 6. Iceman on none.
Jordan penalty.
Jordan. Yeah.
Might fall under some pressure from KK, Clyde, Camo, all those guys, but I don't know how they are. Like, I imagine most have at least one, really, in this race. It's just one of those tracks. It's quite easy to get a penalty around here.
Yes.
But we have only got the 3 laps to go then, and then this one, and Arnold, has he actually won a race this season yet?
Not this season, and not since Monaco last season.
Ever since the implosion in the playoffs last season, he's going to make sure it's not going to happen to him again. And he's going to win this race and put himself in a fantastic position. He is on for that big 5, that final 5 in China. Was it China this season? Forget that,
Brazil.
actually. Brazil, sorry.
Brazil.
Yes.
So,
Sorry, I said China earlier, it confused me.
he's already advanced into round 2, so this win just confirms that. Like 100%.
Gives him the playoff points. Crucial. You know?
He doesn't get playoff points for a win, not
Oh,
in the
for
playoffs.
goodness sake. Why?
Come on, keep up with the system, man.
Apologies. What do you
28
get
races
then?
in, and Owen still doesn't know.
What do you get then?
The reward for winning a race in the playoffs is the
Nothing.
advancing to the next round.
So nothing
So
for
nothing,
Arnold.
yeah.
Park it up, my
But
dude.
If you take yourself back to last season when Thomas won from P10 and got himself into the next round, you know, that's a big reward because it saved him having to scrap in fights.
Yes.
Of course, Arnold already advanced, so doesn't have such a worry. It'll just be another win for the collection. We come up 2 to go.
So I think Camo got past Clyde, and now he's looking at the back of OKK for 7th. Would be good for him. Dexter sitting P10. He's ahead of Pete, but I don't think he's doing enough right now.
He's out as it stands. He needs a miracle in these last 2 laps.
How big of a miracle?
He needs... you come into this 6 points behind Camo, and he's 2 positions behind, so Dexter would need to win the race.
Yeah, that's not very good, is it? Mind you,
it's not happening.
Camo Babu could trip over some people, maybe Dexter could find himself 7th, but even still.
No, if Camo retired, Dexter would advance.
Looks like Iceman is as close as he's going to get to Risky. Surely this is the move for P3 on the road. He was going to get it anyway. And T9 gets it legit. It's Iceman in P3. It's still speed 2, 3, 4 at the moment, but I feel that might change. Risky is now less than 3 seconds ahead of Kyle, which means he was in trouble, but still. 3 in the top 5 for speed. Who could have predicted that after that first set of races? Here's Camo, by the way. Sorry to interrupt there, by the way. But Camo is 7th now. He's got that nice cushion. He can afford to lose a few positions. He can afford to lose a lot of positions. He's putting himself in a position to knock out Dexter and obviously Jamie Bromley as well. But I guess Jamie Bromley had nothing in there. What a shame that was. It's just what we kept saying every week. He's setting new records for finishing races, and it's 3 in a row now. He's not gonna finish.
2 back-to-back DNFs and then a no-show tonight.
Real
the season
shame,
has turned on its head for Jamie. But Arnold, as we come up to the stripe, 1 to go for the man from Belgium. He'll become the all-time record point scorer with a win here. And it'll be his 3rd win overall, and a place in round 2 awaits for Arnold. Into turn 1 he goes. Yuri follows 4 seconds back. His teammate Iceman is another 4 seconds behind him. That's your top 3.
Out of the race. Pete has had a big accident. And that is his race over. It was a collision by the looks of it with TC. And that car isn't going to ghost, so I hope they've all seen him.
Oh.
They are all seeing him. Where's the leaders? They aren't going to be near that. Hopefully the car will have despawned by then. But yeah, that's by the looks of it, an incident with TC. There's no damage to TC's car, but I don't really think Pete would put himself in that wall on purpose, would he?
Definitely not. Because that has implications for the next round as well.
Yeah. He's actually complaining about TC racing like a granny behind Baza. Poor Baza. By the way, Iceman could nick 2nd place here. He's getting that 3-second gap at the moment. He's getting there. He's already knocked 7/10 off on his lap as Riley gets by Baza. But let's just watch Iceman here. Can he get the gap down? He's doing it right now. He could get 2nd place. Yellows in the final corner. Waste is doing donuts. The leader is coming through. Please go away. Here he is though. Arnold into the bus stop chicane. He can see the checkered flag. He'll celebrate. Arnold wins in Spa. What a drive. Yuri, will he hold on for 2nd place? What's the penalty he's going to do? Let's find out. I think he has got it. He does have it. Yuri 2nd, Iceman 3rd, Kyle 4th, and Risky 5th. And Clyde... Oh! OKK! Oh, what a shame.
Was that a reset to track, Owen?
It was indeed, by the looks of it.
That'll be a 30-second penalty.
I don't think he really cares, frankly.
He needs to. He'll hold on to P10.
They'll be furious about that, having the accident at the end. I believe it was Clyde he was racing, and he must have just had a little collision, a little tap, and you know what these cars do. They die at this slightest little tap. And, do you know, it's so sad to see NK Born 15th. The rest got their strategies, like Yuri 2nd. And Arnold, the winner. Arnold, ironically benefiting from the accident that brought out the safety car, thanks to sort of his front wing being on the track. And NK Bourne pretty much took advantage at the same time, and he's ended up effectively last. What a shame. Here's the waste. 30-second penalty will do nothing.
OKK admitting to the reset to track.
Yes, he
That
will
is a 30-second penalty.
behind then Baza.
Ways also with a 30-second penalty in that race.
Yeah, that'll put him 16th.
That'll put him 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really much to write home about there. Arnold driver today. Can't really argue, I guess, taking the win, especially after the qualifying, but people might not be too happy with the rule. But I guess it makes sense. He had to pit. You can't run around with no front wing, but it ironically is exactly what's led to victory for him.
It wasn't on the fly revision, which we'll confirm with the drivers after.
Yuri might feel a tad hard done by, but well, it's still his first ever podium.
It's his best ever result.
And Iceman as well up there. Is that his first podium? Yep.
Yep, and again, best ever result. Kyle with his second worst ever result, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's just showing off. Here's the order. Alright from Yuri, Iceman Kyle, Risky, Jordan, Camilabu, Dexter, Clyde, OKK, TC, Riley, J-League Baza, NK Born Waste, Pete, Indecisive, Newgard and Connor. We say goodbye from the playoffs to Jimmy Bromley and to Dexter.
Yep. Camo Babo and Jordan advancing, they did enough to go through. They'll be in round 2.
And so, we will be back, I believe next week at Singapore, Jacko.
You are correct.
So,
and we know what happened last season, don't we?
We know what happened with the wall of death there, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. Or maybe we want it to happen again. Who knows? Just join us next week, you might find out. Cheers for watching, everybody. Wear your masks, etc. and safe travel.